what I landed on?
48.
I don't remember
Yeah,
selecting
I
that
guess
for
so.
ukulele. Was that? Oh, I think that was one of the choices that the capture card had or whatever, and we settled on that one because 60 was just too much on my CPU. Even this, like you said, sometimes is like when there's like a lot of motion, it's not great, but I assume it's been like kind of reasonable. Don't know. Oh, I'm going exactly the opposite direction than I wanted to. Perfect. Excuse me. Watering flowers is +1 to satisfaction. I didn't know that satisfaction was a stat now. Oh, it just goes to here? Well, that's lame. I've been up here before already. Yeah. Slingshot, huh? Oh, well, crap. I saw birds and I was like, maybe there's something up here. I knew that they have already gotten the moon, but I thought maybe there was like some ground pound secret, and then I got thrown off and I gave up. You just like going around learning locations and tricks and stuff.
Me?
Yeah.
No. Well, actually, right now I'm fixing a bug.
In
um,
OT or in your emulator?
no, in crowd control.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Um, but no, there was a particular. My seed yesterday had some ridiculous stuff involved, and one of them was because there's a trick I didn't know
Sure.
that
Yeah.
could have saved quite a bit of time. Um, and so I was asking like how to do it basically. So I
Yeah.
was trying messing around with it. It's actually pretty dumb. I'm trying to decide if I actually want to go through with this or not, but we'll see.
I assume there's like some loading going on behind the scenes during this like call.
Transition screen, video or whatever.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. It like was during it. The load time is way shorter than the
Like,
video.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, loads are not terrible in this game,
Which is
so...
why you're able to skip the loading video.
Wait, hello? I don't know what you just said.
It's why you can skip a lot of the loading
Oh, yeah.
videos. Like the paintings you can skip. Um, but and I think when you go from area to area in your ship, you can skip that as well, but not the first time. I think the first time there's like a
Right.
tutorial, like, oh, here's a movement tech that you probably knew about, maybe. My stuff. Wait, you can go back this area this early? For some reason I thought you couldn't come back here until like end game.
No.
But you just go back here, huh?
Yeah, I figured I'd check it out.
I think in my first play, I never went backwards to this area until I beat the game.
I mean, that's fair. I don't want to play it. Honestly, probably a smart way to play it.
You need me barely right of the staircase you're trying to go to and face right. Dumb. And of course, you time the jump with their spawn timing. Okay. Mess with it, I guess. I also might try to change controllers. Everyone laughs at me for playing with the analog stick in this game. Because the D-pad on the Xbox is just atrocious. Oh my god.
Mushroom rolling is really the best. Oh, there's a Paragoomba over there. Oh boy, that's nice. Dude, are you kidding me right now?
This trick is dumb because in Soten, you get how much you get knocked back is dependent on how much armor you have.
Yeah.
So like you have to take like all your armor off.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I said this trick is dumb. I didn't understand how to get the spawns. They're always spawning like slightly too high or in the wrong pattern or whatever. Gave me the deets.
Congrats on the deets. Well, I came over here for 3 coins, and I feel like kind of cheated. There's probably more to it, but it only cost me like 5 deaths.
Worth.
Yeah, worth. And I probably could get over there with this Paragoomba that I'm seeing.
Yeah, okay. This is... I'm still, like... It's still a lot of RNG. Because you have to, like... roll which side they spawn on, and, like... what type of Medusa spawns, and... Oh, it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But it works.
Yo, dude, what is with this, like, foggy, cloudy stuff? It's crazy.
Yeah, the fog is pretty, not transparent.
Yeah, but it's also, like, it, like, moves away from you or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Your wind is blowing it around your wings.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's pretty neat. Oh, I guess I can't fly much higher than this? Why is that? I'm gonna have a hard time getting, like, up anywhere. What was that? I just heard a cat.
I didn't. My cat is, like, asleep.
Or maybe it was in game then, I don't know.
I remember this game having cats.
I mean, it has Cat Mario on the wall.
Does that meow?
I don't know. But right now it's my best, you know, guess. He was right there, so maybe that's what happened. I don't fucking know.
wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
Maybe you can hear Cat Luigi too if you listen carefully enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I never did any of the Luigi things. It's just because all that stuff happened after I stopped playing.
Right.
There's like other things that happened after I stopped playing, like the balloon hunt thing. I don't know if that's.
I've heard about it. I don't know what it is though. I haven't seen it in game yet.
Okay, I don't know what unlocks it, or actually, I thought it was actually available early. Maybe you have to beat the game for it to show up, or something. Yeah, I don't know what unlocks it. You are up to date, right? You have like the game updated.
Nope.
Oh well, it's not in the base game. It wasn't an update.
I just wanted to play, so I didn't bother updating.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I should do that.
Yeah, it might be worth doing. I don't know exactly how it works, but basically the idea is that you get like a minute or something like that. You have a fixed starting spot, and then you have a minute to like hide a balloon in your position.
Sure.
There's certain restrictions. I think it has to be like stable ground. You can pick up or something like that. Probably not gonna be anywhere that you can reach within like a minute. And then like people can you can play like random people's balloon hunt where you start in the same spot and you're given a minute to try to find wherever they hid their balloon.
Yeah.
Or you can play like specific people, like if you have
friends.
And apparently that's like a streamer thing as well.
Hello?
Our viewers are high balloon.
You like cut out for a while. Discord's having problems right now.
I've noticed.
Discord was having problems yesterday too.
Yeah, I was having problems. I was talking to Eva earlier as well.
Well, yeah. Something about it being a streamer thing.
Well, I know that some streamers had a thing with it where they
like played their viewers or whatever.
Challenge them to balloon hunts or vice versa.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I remember you said the real strat was to just like do speedrun stuff and get like as far from the start as possible and put the balloon there.
Yeah, that was a pretty like successful method apparently.
Yeah.
Change driving frames too. Then it might be you.
Maybe it was me. Yeah. It happens. Frequently,
But,
actually.
Yeah, like you like go some like ridiculous distances that like you just have to have really good movement to be able to possibly reach it. And so like yeah, every time someone like I think the way it works is like every time someone like attempts your balloon hunt and fails, like
you get coins or something.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah. So like the objective is you want to make it as like hard as possible, so that, but not, I guess, dumb so people don't try it. But honestly, it's more about knowing people.
Yeah.
And since you have the minute restriction, it generally makes it supposedly a lot more constrained about where you can put stuff. But, it's a cute idea.
How do you feel about this, the way that they do, like, looking behind things in this game?
The dithering thing?
Yeah.
Not a huge fan.
Okay.
It's a cool effect, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Korok hide and seek. I mean, they could do the same thing, like the location, or given like a certain amount of time to hide a Korok thing, and like it can be like any of the Korok things.
So, do you also only have a minute to search for them?
Yeah, you have like the same time to search as they had.
Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. I feel like that's like kind of gotta be pretty hard, because like if you can go out in any direction from like the starting spot, you know.
Well, the idea is you can see it, right?
Oh, can you? Does it show you where it is?
Well, if it's not obstructed, right? Like if you can. But yes, in general, you're correct. But like wherever you place it, there's like an actual like physical balloon.
Well, of course, but I mean, yeah. There's very little guarantee that you'd be able to actually see it from the starting location.
Yeah, I mean, swords. I definitely like it much better than like the sunshine approach, for sure. And it's pretty unique, but I mean, overall it's fine. It's just a little weird. It just like looks strange. And in terms of like the transparent effect, like there really isn't any objects that like are transparent. So I don't know.
Water is transparent.
No, it's solid, transparent solids.
Well, the ice was transparent.
Was it?
Yeah. It's quite very transparent. It had like a really cool like refraction effect or whatever. When you look through it, things would be. Yeah.
Oh, I mean that ice.
Yeah, in the desert land.
I don't know. In any case, yeah, it's just a little weird, but overall it's fine, I guess. I don't really have any real complaints, I guess. It just seems weird. It's not like an effect that it's a performance thing. Maybe. I don't know. I found that like calculating the dithering stuff is like a little tricky.
Yeah, I don't know how a lot of stuff works in general.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's easier when you like. So a lot of games do dithering for transparency because transparency in general doesn't work correctly. It's very hard to get transparency look correct on GPU unless you have some like very specific settings. So you make sure that like there's a certain certain kind of layout of the environment that makes it so that all the effects that could destroy the illusion just can't really line up. So it's a pretty common problem in rendering. Dithering is kind of a way to cheat it because dithering generally looks fine-ish. Honestly, I think dithering has a lot of the same problems that transparency has, but that's kind of another problem. I also think that it generally looks worse unless you have like something stylistic that you're going for. And I just don't really feel like Mario has that stylistic look that makes the dithering look okay. But this is a little different because they like usually with those kind of things we're talking about something that's like pre-rendered, right? We're talking about something that's like you have this texture and you want to make it transparent, like with some alpha channels. Instead, you have like holes in it. And since it's not pre-rendered, it doesn't really work. You have to generate that dithering effect live, which basically just means additional processing on top. Because it's not just dithering, like they have dithering plus transparency going on. It's like, so what they're doing is like way more complicated than normal shenanigans. Which like, fine. It's just, I guess what I'm getting to is they're not doing it for performance reasons. I think it's okay. It's like they're clearly doing it as like an effect, right? Sorry, I guess that was a little long-winded. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
But dithering for super sampling, that sounds like, I haven't heard of that before, but it sounds to me like interlace, like some kind of weird interlace effect. Super sampling's always been a little weird to me. I don't understand why super sampling gives you better results than regular sampling, to be honest. There are instances where it can improve it, but most of the time I think it does nothing. So I don't never really quite understand exactly the whole behind that. Yeah, like OBS has this weird option that lets you do super sampling. I don't know if you really know about this.
No.
You probably do, like, implicitly. You can set the canvas resolution to be different than your stream,
Oh yeah, sure.
which like makes sense if you're like recording at your canvas resolution and streaming at another resolution, right? Or like record at 1080 and stream at 720, for example. Like that is a fairly normal thing to do, but it like you could just have your canvas at 1080 and stream at 720 and record at 720, right? Your canvas is just at like twice the resolution or whatever. And like all you get out of it is basically super sampling, which I'm not really familiar with it. But it's pretty simple. It's just that like well, I mean, the idea here is that you just have a higher resolution thing than you need.
Yeah.
That you're sampling over, and then you use that, and then you interpolate like the pixels that you choose better. And the reason where it really comes into play is more for, not so much for textures, because that's like normal for textures, mostly because, well, action textures that's usually kind of bad. You usually want to use you want to use a higher resolution image than you are rendering at, but like you want to use the closest to what you have. Because if it's really high resolution, then you get all sorts of I forgot the name of the term. The opposite of checkerboarding. Well, anyways, you get some really bad aliasing effects. I don't know what the exact term for this effect is. And so there's also a whole point of like mip mapping is that you basically, when you take your texture, and instead of just using like your high resolution texture, you have like a whole bunch of versions of that texture of various resolutions. And then when you ever use sample edit, you choose the one that's like closest to the actual resolution you need, so it doesn't get those weird effects.
Yep.
That's the idea. Takes longer to load, but basically the same time to run. So everyone does it always, all the time. There's no reason not to use it. Another version is called anisotropic filtering, which is similar, except for instead of just being at like different scale, different skews.
I'm dropping frames again.
Yeah, I see that. Dropping frames.
Okay. Stop dropping frames for a second.
It looks
Go
okay
on.
now, yeah, so like if you're looking at a texture that's not like not, I don't know, normal to you or whatever. You know,
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Like then if it's at skew angle, then different parts of the image are at different different distances, and so different parts of this like texture you're drawing, of this like polygon that you're drawing, are going to need different levels of resolution. And so whenever there's that change of resolution, there's like this noticeable like
line. Yeah,
like a line where that like level of quality changes, or level detail things that change. So anisotropic filtering is a way to kind of get around that problem, and instead of just storing just like at that one perspective, it actually also generates images where the image is skewed at different angles also, and at different resolutions.
Right.
It builds this like 2D array of
a whole bunch of different textures, yeah.
At different angles and different resolutions. And so that when you like sample from this thing now, it uses this instead. And this is actually quite a bit slower because now it needs to calculate which angle it needs to use.
Right. Yeah. There's a
really
lot of them too, right?
But most of it really, again, is additional load time.
Yeah.
So like once again, the most part, you should generally use it if it's offered. I don't think it has a heavy hit to performance, just a heavy hit to load times. Now on the other side, you have a kind of like the super sampler. So I think this kind of gets into some of the anti-aliasing effects, and the idea is that like, well, if you only render at the resolution that you're rendering, you get aliasing, right? The idea on aliasing is that like, if you're in 1 pixel, you'll hit the object. If you go off by 1 pixel, you're not in the object anymore. And so you get this jagged pixel edge over the object. So one way to fix aliasing is increasing your resolution. And they're still aliasing, but the effect kind of diminishes, and so you can't really see it as much. But there's other ways to do it, like you can like blur things a little bit and blah blah. But those all look terrible generally. So another way to do aliasing is basically super sampling. And so the idea is that you render it like say twice the resolution that you need, or 4 times or whatever. This is like a setting you can set. And then when it renders, it gets like all the pixels that are being hit, and so now it knows like, okay, this pixel's hitting this object at 70%. So I'm gonna show a mix of 70% on, 70% and 30% off.
Sure. Yeah.
And let's do the proper blending per pixel based on like how much of the object is actually being shown on that pixel.
Right.
And it looks way better. That's the idea. So that's the general gist behind super sampling. That's the general idea. There's a whole bunch of much more complicated versions of sing, but that's like kind of like the most typical like one. The super sampling method is a really common one. There's like some other really cool ones. There's one that's called I forgot the exact name. It's like full aliasing or something.
Sorry, say it again.
It's like temporal aliasing or something like that. I forgot exactly what it's called. But the idea is instead of like rendering at a really high resolution, instead we can do is that if you just keep track of like the previous frame, then that you use the previous frames as the additional missing information to be able to blur the pixels. And so as long as you're like moving the camera at all, it's like going to be able to interpolate between the pixels to get the information. That's the idea. So you hold the camera still, it basically has like no real effect. But like when you're moving it around, you get like this nice aliasing effect and stuff like that. So that's like I don't know if that's like a common technique. It's like, I would say it's a little bit more of a modern technique. But it's a pretty cool one. Don't actually know exactly how the math for that one works. I'm sure it's pretty complicated actually. I think it's like one of NVIDIA's like things that they like offer. Oh my god. Lived. Up. Unpop.
Unpop. Okay, I don't quite understand like how you. Okay, I see. All right.
Yeah. Anyways, that's your little graphics talk for now, I guess.
Yeah. Tutorial by Tester.
Yeah. This game message has a lot of really cool visual effects that are done that are pretty subtle. I'm sure there's a shit ton that I'm just not aware of because my knowledge is, you know, somewhat dated at this point.
Sure.
And a lot of things are like, I don't really know if they're like things that are really like, you know, probably somewhat like company secret-esque stuff.
Yeah.
And NVIDIA is really interesting because NVIDIA's like publishes a lot of their shit, even though it's like they also sell these like, you know, engines and stuff like that. It's always got me interested in hearing about that.
I don't trust this area right now because I didn't find really any other moon. It's probably
you found
another
one moon and some purples.
Mm-hmm. Not enough to convince me that I'm not missing something, basically. Usually there's 2 moons in these sections, it seems like, nowadays, but maybe
it is pretty typical.
This is like an early enough, like, small, tiny mini area that it's not gonna happen, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Who is this strange creature at the top of the tower?
Once you beat the game, there's something else that gets added that helps make finding those kind of things a little easier. It's not significantly, it just lets you know if there is stuff you're missing, basically. It like add more kind of that kind of stuff. It's like, oh yeah, you're missing shit here. So. I didn't know about it until I was like 80% through the game, like to 100%.
Sure, I mean,
because like it's honestly something you'd really notice most of the time. But there's no real point talking about that until you beat the game. Yeah. So, and I'm sure it'll come up again. I don't know. I look at this game's like fluid stuff, and I'm like, fluid stuff is hard as heck. Really, I don't know how people do it.
Oh, that's a lot higher up than I expected it to be. And it is actually up in the air. Okay. I knew there would be something over there.
Yeah,
Didn't see it before.
Like, Goombas don't seem to fly up.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Oh, okay. That explains something. Oh my god. Well, now I just wonder where I'm missing lights, because it seems pretty clear that there's a lot of lights that you can turn on. Kind of feel like it should do something, but what do I know?
There are a pretty significant number of lights. Rings, please.
I'm also missing 4 purple coins right now, or 3 or something, so like 1 clump basically.
Yeah.
Probably in that room upstairs. Honestly. Whoa.
Interesting.
Shoutouts to the shadow of just the thing that's sticking out of the top of the... See that? We're on the wall over there.
Yeah.
Whoops.
That's a little weird.
Oops.
I guess this game doesn't really have a lot of dynamic lighting. It's actually pretty strange.
Well, maybe it's actually... Oh, it disappeared. Now it's back.
Yeah, it's weird.
So I should check this thing to see, like, if I'm, like, even... Yeah, missing a ton. I'm surprised there. This place is, like, tiny, too. It's ridiculous. Do I have a warp on the top of the tower? Okay, good. Alright, I guess we'll double check this. Just real quick, like. How do I get out? Hardest part of this game is figuring out how to get out of hecking first-person mode.
Like right button stick or something?
Yeah, well you have to, I don't know, like the B button doesn't work, like normal cancel.
Yeah, like you think it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game has got a few weird things like that. How is this?
Dude, you gotta be kidding me. Come on. This game is trying to kill me here. Not seeing anything. Sure that's intended. Feature.
Shout out to the dithering that we were just talking about and it's not working. Just clip the camera right through the like right through the object or whatever. It feels like some weird issue where you're like just on the edge of the object, like going right through the corner. Kind of what it looks like to me. This is pretty funny, actually.
Every game, dude.
I don't know if that really counts, dude.
Better than anything I've found so far.
I guess. You're like grasping for straws. You're desperate.
I am desperate, dude. I'm desperate to find these last 2 coins.
3 coins.
However many it is, yeah.
And supposedly a moon as well.
Oh, there's lots of moons.
Well, you said you think you're missing a moon in this
Well,
area.
I don't know about that, but I'm definitely missing like 10 moons in the stage.
No, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, good enough for me for now.
It's kind of unfortunate, like the way that the game work. Well, I don't know if it's unfortunate or not, but the way the game works is that like when you go to a new area, you need to collect like X number of moons,
It
right?
doesn't affect like the next like following areas at all.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you get like 10 extra, it doesn't like go towards the next limit. It's just,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to say wasted because, you know, if you're planning to get like all the moons or a lot of moons, then like still like progress, but
Mhm.
it doesn't like help you towards like beating the game in any way.
Yeah.
So it's like I guess you just get like the minimum number and then move forward. And
Yeah. I mean, I think the only reason that even kind of feels like a bummer is because of like how non-linear like collecting the moons is. Because like for example, on a much smaller scale, Super Mario Sunshine is the exact same way, right? Like, you just have to do like the progression of the world, and you know all the blue coins are optional, and the 8th shine is optional, and that's it, right?
I suppose it feels a bit different though. Sunshine, you have to do 7 of the 8 moon of stars shines as we go.
That one.
But in this one, you don't need.
You don't do very
You
much.
need a pretty small percentage, and you don't need to do any of the story. Like you just get a bunch of moons in the game.
Yeah.
You don't have to do any of the main quest ones. And a lot of times, if you only do the main quest ones, you still don't have enough.
Well, of course, yeah.
So it's I don't know. It feels a bit different.
Well, as we continue north.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think the moons even have to be from that.
Oh no! Okay.
I think the moons even have to be from that world. So like it's just forcing you to do
X
some
number
of
from each
that
world. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's just I don't know. For some reason, it just feels weird. Even though I know it's probably fine.
Well, I was trying to go into the hole, but it seems like that wasn't very profitable. Oh, there's a checkpoint in here. That's nice.
In the hole?
No, in the before the bullet bills. Yeah.
In this other area.
Didn't actually know it was a thing.
I guess so. I guess because it's like a bit of a longer one.
Maybe.
Now low eating.
What's he talking about? Oh, that's not really what I wanted to do, but I guess it worked out in the end. Okay, so still don't know what this is all about, but... Feels like there should be something here, man. The camera just gave up on me at a certain point there. Definitely already tried putting out all these fires. Oh, maybe this thing is just breakable. It's got like those gems on the side or whatever. So those are some nice high pillars we got here. No, that didn't do jack. Unfortunate. Don't know. But that's not really what I came here for, so... You know. Maybe you just like land in the... Nope. Nope, I just have no idea. I guess the bullet bills are like distance based instead of time based. I kind of thought it was the other way around, but... Holy crud, dude. What is going on? It actually costs coins. Wait, can I like put one of these in like the... Hold on, let's go. Take me with! Let me use you. Ah! There's money up there, dude! Are you kidding me? This game's got too much money. Where did my friend's money bag go? Get me out of here. I'm dead. Heck. Whoa. What just happened? How did I do that? I don't know what I did. I got like a super boosted roll. It's going fast as heck. It's more than just that. I don't know what I did. I assume it involved this spin thing somehow, but maybe not. Maybe I imagined it, I don't know. I don't even know where I am anymore. Huh?
Wish your dash and reason away. I wish I could use like one hand.
I am getting very robot opinions from you right now. Something about shield bashing
Yeah.
in Soten?
Yeah.
What about it? Is it hard?
Yes and no.
Ah,
So all shield action is really easy. So I'll explain the mechanic to you. And like, okay, so there's a back dash attack, like move. You just dash backwards a little bit,
sure.
and you can just keep dashing, blah blah. But like, as you kind of imagine, like when you first dash, you have like high speed and you like slow down until eventually you stop.
Right.
And like you can't start dash until you like finish the previous dash. So
Or at least you're not supposed to be able to.
right. So the thing
I
is,
see
you
where this
can
is going. Yeah.
you can interrupt the dash with pretty much anything. So if you slash while dashing, then you can like you'll immediately stop the dash and you'll like slash. And that's true for like pretty much everything, except if you use like a non-weapon, like a shield, for example.
Okay.
Then what ends up happening instead is when you pull out your shield, instead of it just interrupting your dash, it like you still keep your normal speed. So it immediately cancels the dash animation, but you can just like, but you kind of keep like your like dash speed goes like normal. But since you cancel animation, you can dash again. And so like you keep interrupting the dash with another dash, and so like you kind of keep the high speed from the start of the dash.
Right.
That's the general idea, right? So basically ends up meaning is that you pretty much just like alternate the dash and shield button as fast as you can.
Sure.
So like the faster you do, like the more you're able to keep that speed, but obviously like it's diminishing returns to a certain extent, right?
Also, you're moving backwards. Not that that matters.
You're also moving backwards. So it's tricky because you have to do is you have to like base backwards,
Yeah.
shield dash really fast, and then like if you need to do a jump or attack
You have to
something,
turn
you
back
turn
around,
around
yeah.
and then like jump or attack or whatever.
Oh, I found
In
the
fact,
last
almost
thing.
any time you attack, you will want to jump anyways because most weapons, when you attack, there's like an attack animation, but if you attack in the air and you hit the ground, it cancels that animation.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you pretty much want to like you shield dash backwards, you turn around and jump towards enemy, and then do an attack, and then you hit the ground, which cancel animation, and then you turn around again and continue shield dashing. So the whole like you want to be able to shield dash like fairly quickly, like by like alternating dash and shield, while still being able to like control like everything else basically. Like you need to be able to control your movement as well as being able to jump. So normally I use like a two-hand method, which is like the faster methods are usually two-hand methods. But the problem with two-hand methods is that you're using both your hands to like mash the two buttons. You can't really control much else in your controller very easily. So like you kind of have to get good at like, yeah, they grow up.
Well, yes, but I didn't realize they were all going to be moons.
Yeah, they're all moons.
That's funny. Thought I was going to get one moon from that, not
And the
three.
interesting thing is that the message you get is where the seed was from. So it doesn't matter which one you plant it in.
Makes sense.
Always going to be for the seed. It's another instance of those like you can do things in any order and the game remembers forever. The order which you threw them in. Anyway, so like the transitioning like your hands back and forth so you can like control your character is like a little slow, and so like I either work on like improving my transition so that I can like have like better control, or I use a different method as only one hand. And the thing is, since the speed of your shield dash is like diminishing returns, because like the faster you do, you're just like the amount of speed you lose at the very beginning is like fairly low, right? So it's as long as you're shield dashing at like a reasonable pace, you're pretty much going at like close to full speed all the time. And shield dashing faster is not like over like during like over like a few minutes, you're probably only saving seconds, kind of thing. Which is like not nothing, right? But it's not a lot compared to potentially losing a lot of time by not being able to control your character well. That's the general idea. But all the one-hand mashing techniques I've been shit at. And so that's why I used to use a two-hand method, not because I want to be fast, it's because all the one-hand methods I'm just garbage at. The one that people kind of tell me to learn, and the one that seems popular, is you basically like use your thumb and like you hold your thumb over like the two buttons, and you kind of like, I don't really understand. You kind of like angle your thumb a little bit, and then you like press your thumb down completely. And so the idea is that like your thumb will press one button first before the other, and then you just keep doing that. So as long as your thumb is in like the right orientation position, you can kind of just mash your thumb and go at a reasonable speed. That's the idea. And I can sometimes get into the position that just you can also dash out of field as well. So like it's okay if you hold it short and press down. You just don't so you can like hold it while you press it, okay. But if you do it the other way around, there's a problem. So like if you dash and like during your dash you press shield or anything, it'll like instantly kill your dash momentum. But you're holding dash while you're pressing one of those buttons and you keep the momentum. So like if you're just alternating every other frame, it's just a little tricky. Like you can't just alternate. You kind of have to like hold dash while you're like pressing the other button, basically.
Sure.
But otherwise you'll be killing your speed and then you're losing a lot of time.
Yeah, movement tech.
Yeah, movement tech. It's hard.
Is that like the fastest way to move? Like
At the beginning of the
always,
game.
or you
No,
get
not
actual
always.
items that improve your movement?
There are and there aren't. So like, well, first of all, you might not have a shield in Rando
Sure.
at all. Which like
Well,
in my seed
sure.
yesterday, I didn't have a shield for like over 10 minutes, which was pretty crazy. So I couldn't shield dash at all. I just did dash, which is still faster than walking. There's no way to run.
Sure.
Um, but once you get Wolf, you can transform into Wolf, and Wolf can run pretty fast actually. I think Wolf can go quite a bit faster than shield dashing. It's just the reason why you don't do that everywhere is because there's a transformation time of transforming the Wolf and back.
Right.
And like it's kind of hard to attack as Wolf. So it's a little more situational,
Right.
but there are like quite a few places where it would, it could save some time and it's less painful in your hands. But later on, you'll get Bat form, and Bat has an ability called Wing Smash. And Wing Smash is like this like flying charge attack, and it's really fast.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
And it only goes like like a screen or two, something like that. But you can chain it. So if you like put the inputs for a wing smash while you're wing smashing, then it'll like basically reset the timer.
Yeah.
So you can infinitely wing smash, except it costs mana. So that's both Wolf and Bat cost mana. Bat costs considerably more. So in Anywhere Sent, you get an item called a Duplicator, which lets you use consumable items infinitely. It's just what it does. It's an item that normally isn't available until after you've beaten the game at least once in the store, and it costs 500,000 coin
Super
or dollars
expensive.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, like for reference, like most items only cost like at most like 10,000, and you'll probably accumulate maybe like in a casual playthrough, you'll probably over your whole playthrough you'll probably accumulate maybe like a $250,000. So it's kind of ridiculously expensive, and you really just need a farm for it in order to get it. It's kind of silly. But in the speedrun, there's a money glitch. You get money, and then you buy this duplicator. Because all runs are effectively New Game Plus. I don't think anyone ever plays anything else.
Sure.
And then you buy an item that like lets you refill your mana. So you can you wing smash to a room, and then you like refill your mana. Therefore you and then you wing smash again. And so like as soon as you get the Bat form, you pretty much just wing smash everywhere. So in randomizer, wing smash is still great, but it just consumes a lot of mana, and like you probably are not going to have a duplicator and a mana refill item. So you kind of be a little more careful. You can refill your mana at save stations, which are pretty plentiful. And so being able to play well is like knowing where all the save stations are and like where you're able to use your like wing smashes most effectively. It's actually really interesting, honestly. I find it really cool. And it reminds me a lot of Skyward Sword stamina management.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at it, obviously, but like I think it's a really like neat.
It reminds me a bit of like, well, I don't know. There's a lot of things in Rabby Ruby that kind of remind me of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the Anywhere Sent speedruns, like the record is like 16 something minutes, like almost 17 minutes, I think. And so basically the first like
oh, we've got plot.
Like, oh, what? Go ahead.
Sombrero Mario.
You're just reading your book and suddenly there's a Bowser.
Yeah. Wait, am I actually gonna like get to do an airship, or is this just a cutscene? To be continued.
To be continued right now.
Right now, yeah, I know. It's crazy.
So is this like the plot, the Wedding Crashers or something?
Probably. Oh, this is not the kingdom I expected. Or the one I asked for that matter.
I mean, that's where you are, so...
yeah, but I've been
here all
this
really
all
counts
along.
as a kingdom, though.
Dude, it is the entire kingdom.
Like there are no people here. It's just a big
There's
cloud,
birds, dude.
I guess.
The bird people.
It's the kingdom you deserve.
Whoa, it's a moon. Oh my god, are these like the phases of the moon on like the different... Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, they are.
Ah, dude, I'm fighting Bowser. It's like the end of the game.
Yeah, just like Galaxy. You
Just
run
like
into
in
Bowser
Galaxy.
once,
Yeah.
and you kill him, and that like after like a couple galaxies, and the game's over. That's pretty much exactly how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to rebind my controls a little bit, but I kind of feel like that'd be cheating.
Yo. Alright, where is the health refill? Maybe it's inside these poisonous hats. Yeah, okay, good. What?
And it really bothers me. One thing that bothers me about Stone Runners a lot, playing about this before, is well, I don't know. It both bothers me, but I understand where they're coming from. So about shield dashing. So a lot of new players when they start going, they get really focused on shield dashing,
Mm-hmm.
like I am, and they're like, don't worry so much of shield dashing because you're losing way more time in other places probably. And like the difference between fast shield dashing and slow shield dashing is like pretty like small. Like you can do slow shield dashing and still get world record technically, apparently. That is the claim at least.
Right.
The problem is what they're comparing slow dashing to versus what I'm considering slow dashing to are two different things. Because me, it's like I can't even like to them. It's like being able to like consistently get the alternating dash and shield kind of thing. But like going at some reasonable clip, which is like I don't know, like 2 or 3 times a second probably. And I'm like, yeah, I can't get anywhere near that speed. So like whatever you're calling slow shield dashing is like not the same thing as I am because whenever I do it, like I'm clear, like I like see myself losing several seconds like per room, kind of thing, because like I keep stuttering all the time. And it's like kind of annoying. They're always like, "Oh, don't worry about shield dashing. Just worry about the rest of your movement." I'm like, no, it's like the problem is your standards are like completely different than mine. And I wouldn't really mind as much, but like literally every Soden runner that's come into my stream has said the exact same thing. And I'm just like, yeah, no. Like, worry about the control of like or no, it's the problem. It's not working.
Robot. But yeah.
Not robot. I am robot. Behold.
Well. Yeah,
Hello?
Hi. Yeah, I'm just thinking in Rabby Ribby, it's funny because like there's kind of like a similar problem where a lot of people like fixate on like movement for speedruns, and actually where people are losing all their time is during boss fights, because that's like actually a lot, like learning boss fights is like a lot more important for overall time. But
Hmm.
like, yeah, if you don't know how to move, you're still gonna be losing a lot of time there too.
Yeah, it's also like there's kind of a different like there's a difference like I don't know like maybe
Oh my god, the Condor, dude. Klepto!
klepto. Nice. There's like kind of a big difference I think in mentality too, because there's like a huge difference between like saying like improving your current PB versus getting it. Like aren't the same thing to
Yep.
me. It's like, yeah, I can focus on this thing that might be the place where I'm losing the most time, but that's like not my goal. In fact, getting like honestly, like I was kind of saying like when I was doing something earlier, like speedruns, like I didn't have like a goal time in mind. Like
Right.
I want to get sub 20 for sure, and I got that. But like the world record's like 4 minutes faster than that, right? It's like kind of hilariously faster than that. It's like my goal isn't really to get like a particular time. I just want to like I don't know get good at various tech and stuff like that, and you know whatever.
Well, and
Have
that
fun
kind of
doing.
stuff is better for randomizer, right?
Well, I mean, I think the things that make you good at speedruns are also make you good at randomizers. Honestly, the only other thing that randomizers really include are you have to have a lot more knowledge.
Yeah.
Obviously, you like one thing I had a lot of trouble like when I started my randomizer yesterday was that like there's like all these equipment and weapons, like there's so many variations of things, and so it's kind of crazy. And I have like no idea what's good, like what things do, right? And like all items have like a short description, but there's so much about like various items that just isn't like told to you.
Right.
Like the fact that like different weapons have different like animation speeds or have different kinds of attacks isn't like described at all in the weapon. You kind of just have to pull it out and try it. And like if you're like just running through the shop and you're like, okay, there's like 20 items in the shop, and you're like, okay, what do you buy? I'm like, I don't know. Like you have to try them out, right? Yeah, so it's a little rough. And also just routing, being able to know like where you can go and what's the fastest way to get around
Right. Yeah.
at any given time based on like what equipment you have. Like a huge amount of information I just don't have. I consult the map a lot because the map is still not really like well ingrained in my mind yet. Like that, but again, these are like all things that would just come with playing the randomizer a lot. Like I felt like my randomizer play yesterday was a little casual, so that helps a little bit. But there's still definitely a lot of like, yeah, you kind of just you just do it a lot and you get better, right? So, but yeah, being able to do good movement tech, being able to fight all the various bosses well, and stuff like that, like it's pretty significant. I think fighting bosses in randomizer is less important for speed and more important for just not dying.
Yep. Yep.
It's like I said, I mentioned this yesterday, like it's pretty likely that you're gonna just get like a ridiculously good weapon early. And if you do, most of the boss fights are pretty trivialized. If you don't, then you have to like figure out like, okay, how do I fight this boss effectively? And so it's like especially important in like for the first few bosses in the game to like have some decent strats for them, which I don't have, honestly. Yeah. Being able to run things like categories that do larger portions of the game, like all bosses and stuff like that, help a lot as well. Because those are going to have a lot of this typical routing patterns that you would have in randomizer. Because usually it's pretty common that the relics are behind bosses and stuff like that.
Right.
Casual progress is good for morale. Yeah, and I get that that's like important, especially for new runners. Like, I think it's a really common problem that people get is they do tons of practice and they like don't really improve their time because they're just like practicing things that don't really improve their time in, and they kind of just like lose motivation. Like, I mean, all runners kind of run into this problem at some point, even if they're really good. Well, especially if they're very good, right? But like, I guess like I just don't have that mentality problem. It's like, and it's a little frustrating because it's like I get it. They're like trying to like make it so, you know, they run into the problems that most new players run into, and you know they're being helpful and whatever, and their own personal experience is just like I just don't have the same kind of like mentality or like goals that they have when they play the game, and it's just like a little frustrating because like kind of making a little bit of assumptions here, guys. Which is, yeah, particularly since I'm like would consider myself a somewhat veteran speedrunner, that I don't really need that kind of advice, you know. I understand the concepts. Yeah, like I just don't care as much about getting a PB. I care a lot more about just being good.
God, this is painful. It's just gonna have another coin in it anyway.
Yeah, dude, the shield dashing is brutal for me. Just for whatever reason, I can't. I just have a lot of trouble doing it. Half me thinks it's because my hand is weird. Which I kind of already know. So like most of the things that people tell me to like, oh, this works really well for me. It's like, yeah, I know that will never work for me, kind of thing. Or like certain kind of like hold your hand in this kind of way.
Rip.
Yeah. It's like I don't really blame people, and I really appreciate people who like try to give me advice and whatever for doing tricks. It's just that like I also know that a lot of these things aren't gonna really work too well for me.
I cannot see a dang thing.
Good. That moon ballet you just got on the bridge.
Yeah.
Like in the speed run, a typical thing they do is like, or they don't quite do this anymore, but like they would route in like a checkpoint in a particular place so that when they grab that moon and then they fall into the acid
sure.
and die and then go back to their checkpoint.
Yeah. I considered it, but I figured I'd just get try
but
and
apparently,
like
yeah. But any reason they don't really do that anymore. It's like that's a backup because there's a apparently when you pick up a moon, it like, well, I don't know, whatever. There's certain tech that you can do, and like when you pick up a moon, it lets you like do it again. And so there's actually like ways to like pick up the moon and then escape without dying.
Sure, yeah.
It's just kind of hard.
Yeah.
And so I think there are routes that basically you like don't die, but like you back up if you die, you like take your checkpoint to the next spot anyways, kind of thing. There's some things you can't grind out and these people that come naturally. Yeah. I also think there's things that like kind of like, you can't grind in a short period of time. You just have to like do
a lot, yeah.
Especially when it comes to things like movement. Like it's good to grind it, but really I think the goal here is kind of grind it over time. There's also stuff like, for example, like learning where all the enemy positions are and like kind of learning where to jump and so on and so forth. Like there's one thing to kind of like when you're first starting off, you're kind of looking for the enemy and then you like jump and whatever and kill the enemy as you see it. Or the platform, you're like, oh, I see a platform, time to jump. But the thing is, like, if you're good, you need to be able to have to act before you even like see the stuff, honestly. And so like you kind of get to a point where it just becomes like second nature, and you just like it's just ingrained that you just know to jump there or attack there. And that's like not something you can really just grind. You just have to. It just comes over time, and like really that kind of like learning really comes from like is more of a long-term chronic kind of practice thing than a like cram session.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like hoping that like if I mess with this like one hand mashing thing enough that eventually my hand will just kind of naturally like learn this like position, and then I can just start doing it. So like what I try to do is like I try to like mess around with it until I start getting the position correct, like for the hand on the controller. And then like I stop and like put my hand down, drop the controller, take a break, and then I try to pick the controller up again like 5 minutes later and try to do it again. Because it needs to like be natural, and it can't be like I need to find this position, because you need to like be able to like move your hand around, like switch between like the mashing and like jumping and attacking and stuff like that.
There's leaves down here. I don't really know how to get them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a lot of chance to even gain a position at this point. Like sometimes I get it, and like my shield dash, I feel like 80% good, but that other 20% I'm like stuttering, and then it's like that stuttering just costing so much time. Man, there are some pretty rude purple coins off the edges of ledges in some places.
What, just like hard to see, or?
Yeah, like hard to see, hard to get. In a few of the areas, there's a couple areas in particular that come to mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of them you've already gotten, honestly. I'm just like, oh well, you found it, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm good about that kind of thing usually.
But there's been a few that you've seen and didn't get, so you didn't see. Like, I mean, they're on screen and you didn't see, I should say.
Well, some of them I think I did, and then was like, I don't know how to get this, I'll come back later, and then probably actually forgot about it. So yes and no, but...
Sure, that's fair.
Yeah. Like, those ones under the propeller, I'm like, I don't know how to get those right now.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a matter of, like, learning a certain mechanic. I mean, you don't really get any abilities in this game. It's a Mario game.
Well, I mean, there could be, like, a possession that I can get, like, higher up the level or whatever,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Or, like, a tech you just don't know about, or an environment that you can interact with that you're just not aware of, or something like that. Or just could just be like you need to progress an area and there's something different.
Exactly. Yeah.
And honestly, I really don't like the whole state progression thing in this game. It always kills me because I never know if I can get something or not, and then it's always like, well, I clear an area out and I find I need to clear it out again. Anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate.
I mean, Ukulele kind of had the same problem, except for the sense that it's a lot more obvious. Like
yeah, it was much lesser extent.
Yeah, it only happens once, and it's like more obvious the kind of changes that happen, because usually it's adding new areas, not changing old ones.
Right, yeah. Also, there's only 5 levels in that game.
Also, there's only 5 levels. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, this game has got a ton of worlds.
Yeah, I'm already at like what 6, 7.
Yes, there are more than 5.
Yeah. That's what
I
that
mean, obviously, I'm
means.
not going to tell you the number
Yeah.
because I don't remember.
Well, I kind of assume it's going to be something like 3 times what I've done so far, because, like, usually there's 3 Bowsers in these kinds of games, but, you know.
Is that how many there is in Galaxy?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like at the 3rd marks or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's 6 worlds, and there's...
And then like 1 bonus world kind of thing. Or bonus system in Galaxy or whatever. Although in Sunshine it's not like that.
Sunshine
right?
is the exception, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying in 64 there's
3.
3. I guess there's only 2 keys? No, there's 3 keys in that game.
No, there's 2. There's 2.
I thought there. Yeah, key to the basement and key to the upper floor.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Going past that, it's just stars.
Touche.
Dude, there's all these moons that I can just, like, kind of fall onto.
Oh, that you can like dive to. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. There's definitely quite a few moons that I got in my playthrough. I'm just like, yeah, there's probably a thing you're supposed to do to get to this, and I just jumped to it.
Yeah, well.
Getting to like the high point of the area, where
It's
there's
always,
usually a warp point,
yeah.
is pretty great because you can just warp back. And like, unlike Breath of the Wild, load times are actually pretty decent.
Well, that's what I use the DLC warp thing for a lot. It's exactly that. You put it at the top of the mountain, and then, like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's like super useful.
Yeah, it's so nice.
In my playthrough, I didn't really have that until because I did both DLCs at once, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really do Korok content, so I pretty much skipped DLC 1, you could say. So the use I had for that, like what's it called? Traveler's Waypoint? I forgot what it's called.
I have no clue what it's called, dude.
Anyways, that like the warp point, whatever. I didn't really use too much because I think it's way more useful for like Korok.
Yeah,
most times you're like on top of a mountain and then you jump down and get a bunch of things. Like I used a file that already had like all my shrines and 100%ed.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah, see, I
like,
started like from fresh, so it's kind of a different story.
So there
also.
like, really wasn't a need at that point. So I'm a member of stuff in DLC 2 that I did use it for, and there's a lot of stuff I could have used it for more, but at that point I got it so late I didn't really, I guess, like internalize the usefulness of it yet.
Okay, well, I figured this out, so that's nice. And I'm dead. I'm not dead. Why am I alive? It'd be nice if coins healed you.
What is this?
Super Mario
Sunshine?
64.
They heal in Sunshine.
Yeah, I know.
They don't heal in Galaxy though.
Nope.
Yeah, they start bringing hearts in at that point.
Wait. Yes, I do.
The coins heal. Does that game not have hearts? Oh, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, that might be the case because I think coins are pretty useless in that game. Otherwise.
Yeah, I think they just heal you. I think that's all they do. Well, in Galaxy 2, there were some Lumas that you fed coins or whatever, but...
Yeah, and they both also had like I think like a gambling thing. But it just gave you lives. Galaxy 2 for sure. Like, they're like able to like a die and you like got random shit. It was just terrible. It was really no point, particularly since lives are fairly.
I literally don't even remember this. This is how useless it must have been. Yeah.
yeah. Galaxy Z2 definitely had a thing for that. I thought Galaxy 1 had a thing as well, but I don't really remember that well.
You'd think I would remember if it was in Galaxy 1, but
yeah.
But maybe what you're getting, like what you're remembering in Galaxy 1 is Galaxy 1 did have the mushrooms that give you 6 hearts.
Yeah, and you buy those from the shops, but that was like in the level. Like there was things that you do in the hub area, like on your ship.
Oh yeah, you didn't keep coins in Galaxy 1.
I see. Okay, so yeah, then I was just thinking Galaxy.
Well, actually, maybe like yeah, everything was kind of like Starbits was the real currency in Galaxy.
It kind of still was in Galaxy 2 as well.
Well, it was like the only real currency in Galaxy 1.
Yeah, coins were pretty hilarious. I'm pretty sure it did keep track of your like coin scores though. For whatever
Scores?
reason.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know why it did, but
Well,
I'm pretty sure it did.
I mean, it's just like you can.
Another thing to go for, yeah. I'm trying to imagine like if anyone like had like, oh, I had the highest score in like coin stage.
There are people who have done coin scores, yeah, because it's like pretty easy to get them all, you know.
Yeah.
So.
They're finite, unlike Starbits,
Right.
which are actually.
Wow. In a single run, they're still finite. Like, if you die, I think you lose your coins.
There's some places where Starbits like fall infinitely, like in Good Day Galaxy. And yeah, you could just die. and
Boy, was that a nice teleport. Thanks for the camera view, buddy.
Yeah, that definitely has happened for me, for sure. So
now,
like,
where
oh,
was
yeah,
that exactly? Okay, here we go. Oh, I guess I just haven't been over here yet anyway, so maybe would have found it, but this is pretty in the wall, one might say. Whoa! Insta. Oh, I failed.
Yeah, diving is really rough because you mess it up. You either throw your hat and you're dead, or you ground pad and you're dead.
Yeah.
It's actually a really weird, like, input, honestly. Like, ground pound hat. It's like really just strange to me. But you know, I guess it makes it a more advanced tech that you're not gonna like be doing everywhere because of that.
One way to do it. Well, and it's like extra weird out of a long jump because you gotta, yeah. Nope. Thanks, camera. What a good joke, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens when everything's hidden in the mountain and center,
Yeah.
and you fly to it.
Yeah. Now, where was that exactly? I guess it must have been a little lower. Yeah. Oh, whatever, I'm here now. Oh. Well, bye. I guess you're gone forever, that's cool. The captain is miss. I already found your captain, nerd.
I think it does come back if you
Reload.
give it time.
Or after.
I think even in time.
Yeah, I'm sure it
But
does.
reload for sure is probably a faster way.
Yeah, I've got other things to check also, so...
I like how they, all these like things where you get the you have to aim these 4 shots. Like oh, you just do a spin attack and you just hit them all.
Yeah.
I'm missing 2. That's awkward.
Well, there have been groups of 2.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, hello. Maybe all I just saw was that group right there. I don't know what I saw on the mountain. Maybe it was just the entrance to that cave.
So that butterfly, I think you're pretty much supposed to require to get with the homing thing, because that gives you extra
Right
range.
distance, yeah.
Normal shots, but if you like stand in the perfect distance, you can just throw and still make it. But
Yeah.
it's pretty precise,
Sure.
which is of course how I did it because
right,
I was
because you
homing.
can use shake it all.
It was really annoying, and I'm done.
It happens. Okay, perhaps not the best reward for jumping out into the middle of nowhere, but... Yeah, so I'm just like missing 2, and I guess... A million moons like usual. Yeah, they could be anywhere.
Yep, pretty much. And there's like no real way to track them, so you just have to find them.
Chances are I literally already saw them at some point and just like... Oh, that worked about as well as I could have hoped.
Because of the whole like area state thing, I actually do not know if you're able to get all the coins your first try in all the worlds or not.
Probably not.
For some reason, I actually remember that you could, but I don't actually know. I never really kept track of that.
Yeah.
Also get Dean card if gravity boots are your only ability. I don't even remember what Demon card is.
What game? We back in Soten World? Oh, hello. God. Jesus. How did I not see that before? I'm not really sure to do about this caged moon, I'll be honest. Like, I don't really have any, like, explosive types. These guys seem pretty powerful, but I don't really see him hitting that cage. Not sure. I'll try, but... Not sure if he'll even follow me down here. No. Kinda tried doing like an epic ground pound down to it, but... I missed, so you know. Oh, I found him! Holy crap.
With the coins?
Yeah. Just in a tree.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll move on. Come back someday. again.
And the goofy part about this is that you actually end up hitting like every button on your controller to do this shield dashing. So you have to press shield and dash, and then switch to jump and attack, and then back. Oh, this button just doesn't even do anything. Wow, that's hilarious. The button bindings on the Xbox version are different than the PlayStation version.
Dude, right? It's raining. It's gonna be hard to climb. This is some intense rain. Holy crap. What? Where's my warp point? I know I had one. I guess... state. Oh, baby. Diddy's Mart on Dixie Street in New Donk City. Got it.
For some reason, I did not get the Donkey Kong reference for a really long time playing this area. Do not know why.
Yeah.
I am just an idiot.
Why are there streets on top of the building? Why are there buildings on top? Like, I'm definitely on a building right now, right? Like...
No. I don't know. This area doesn't really make a lot. Like, if you look out, well, you'll see it later, I guess, when you have a better view of the, like, area or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if you look at the side, there's, like, pipes and stuff sticking out. It's like a section of the city just, like, cut out for whatever reason.
So that you can jump off and die, that's why.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, to be honest, but... Everyone else seems to be like, yeah, I don't know, this is just the life we live on. like half the city just kind of collapsed into the void, and they're just like, whatever, we'll roll with it. But I think pretty much like every area. No, that's not even true. Yeah, not. I was gonna say like every area is like an island surrounded by some sort of void, but that's not even true.
I mean, every island or every level I've been to has been that way so far, but
I'm pretty sure there is at least one area I can think of later on that is like surrounded by mountains.
sure, yeah.
But I think part of the style of Mario is just kind of the silliness of the situation.
You know, like the tanks running around and
They're shooting like whatever the heck confetti balls. You know what those are.
rainbow balls. Banana bagels. Candy's Cafe. Oh my god, dude. Holy crap. Can't.
I'm observant, by the way.
Oh, Tiny's. There we go. Tiny's. Can't read this word. Whatever.
Roshkis?
I don't know, dude.
Isn't that
Oh,
like
there
a
we go.
Russian food?
Yeah, some kind of.
I've heard of pierogies before.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they. Roshki. It is a puff pastry that is like a fried bun
Okay.
that is filled with whatever.
Right.
I assume usually meat, but I don't know. So it's like their version of like the steamed bun, but it looks like it's fried instead of steamed.
Steamed.
It seems like every single Asian country has some variant of that bun. Which like I always thought was kind of weird because like in the Western culture, they don't really have that so much. There are things like that, like bureka and stuff like that. But like they don't tend to have like any filling, and they're not really that commonplace, honestly. Usually you have sandwiches, right? Like that is like the Western thing.
Right.
Like everyone has their sandwich. And like in Middle Eastern, everything is falafel. So like yeah, every Asian country is gonna have their own variation of the bun. And they look delicious. That's kind of the point. I mean, why Tiny is selling pierogies is a whole new question.
No, dude, we don't ask about that. Not relevant to the discussion.
Suddenly, like the whole like Donkey Kong franchise seems like this like reference to communism that you didn't even realize was there.
Well, that's one way to do it.
You like knock it down and then shoot it anyways.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not walking over there.
Of course, I end up walking over there anyway, but
What a world we live in.
go for some bagels. Yeah. those are good. I'm worried that I'm going to be able to enter literally all these doors at some point. There's a lot of doors.
There are a lot of doors. I love all the graffiti in the alleyways. Like various like Mario things.
Oh!
It's actually kind of funny. I was thinking about like where I live, like so like back in like DC or whatever. Most of like the Pokestops were like parks and shit where I lived, and like schools and stuff like that. Here, all the Pokestops are graffiti. They're like, oh yeah, this is like some guy's graffiti, and I'm like, okay. Apparently, this is like notable enough to be marked on Google. As like a prominent like landmark or whatever.
That's funny.
Like all the Pokestops are just like landmarks. I don't know, I just find that funny.
Yeah. Where even am I anymore? It's so hecking dark. Coming back here might have been a mistake. I'm just hearing things like explode in the distance and like...
The lights are really flashing.
Something sure flashing. Yeah, this region kind of seems like not yet. pretty
Like random walls.
pretty not yet a bowl content right now.
Yeah, it's like there's just no enemies at all. It's just empty.
Wait.
No coins.
I'm hearing boss music all of a sudden though.
It's fine.
I don't know where I am. Royal wedding. Part of the street sign. Cranky Avenue.
Yeah, the street signs are pretty good.
God, I'm like getting myself lost by climbing up on buildings. Pretty typical. But yeah, I don't know why the boss music just started playing. I guess I got in a weird spot or something.
I guess.
Or maybe it just starts playing this music when you get like this far through the city. Heck if I know.
Or we've been playing for a really long time.
Oh god, rest in peace the car.
Yeah, you can blow stuff off.
That's cool. Ah, I saw it coming. Just got the, like, tri-pincer bullet attack. I couldn't dodge it no matter which direction I moved. Feels ultimate attack, man. There's so many of them, holy crap. New Donk City. You know what, I'm just gonna like go do the tower or whatever. It's so dark. Come back when I can see.
Yeah. Not blaming you. This area, I think, was like the last area that I got all the purple coins in. And in fact, I think I end up looking in a guide.
To find like the last like 3 or whatever.
Yeah, the last.
Yeah, it happens.
And they actually turned out not to even be in that ridiculous an area. Just
missed them.
Kept, like,
yeah.
missing them. Yeah. It doesn't help that like a lot of the areas look like this. There's basically like a place where it's like, oh, I already got the things here, and there's like a spot that's like similar and look kind of the same. Like didn't realize that was like a different place. And so like I never explored it. Yeah, it was dumb. So, yeah, I think this was the only place I had to look up where something was. At least that I remember. There might be something else. I didn't feel so bad about looking at the purple moon.
Yeah.
Because there's like nothing that can attract them except unless you keep amiibo stuff. I was just like, whatever. This is where you guys can play the, you know, you cheated, you didn't learn anything, that meme or whatever. Something hollow victory. I don't even remember how the thing goes.
Yeah.
But there are some pretty good variations of it. Like, of course, like Sega had a thing for it because their Twitter is like a big meme. Apparently, they're like, it was like one, like it was like Sonic 1, like World 2 or something like that. I forgot exactly which level it was, but they did like a speed. There's like a video where they did like a speedrun tackler. Have you seen Sonic speedrun before, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
So like a lot of them have a really common bug where you basically like mess with the camera and you like flip into the ground and then that like flips you to the ceiling or whatever. Like that zips you to the ceiling and then like you wrap and then like you zip across and that like you just basically just zip like crazy and that like either puts you through the floor and you skip a big thing or more commonly you just your X coordinate like just wraps around and it's at the end of the level, right? So it's not like that. They like, you know, they clip out of bounds, or they zip, and they're like straight at the goalpost, and they beat the level. But instead of saying like the normal like stage clear or whatever,
oh, they replace it with the
yeah, they replaced it with that text, all in like the original style,
funny
and font and stuff. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, their Twitter is like a big meme. It's pretty great.
This
Get
is
this
this.
cheater here.
Please.
What?
Rest in peace, a friend of mine. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I kind of saw this coming. I wasn't in the right spot. Get.
Like straight some SM64 stuff right here. Right out of an SM64 hack.
Huh?
This
Oh.
looks like I see that kind of stuff all the time in hack.
Well, in SM64, it's like way worse because you have.
You can't slide, and you have to get like the first frame wall kick to like do it correctly or whatever.
Well, it depends, but on top of even that, there's like a problem of like the camera just sometimes like gets stuck at the bottom of like the thing, and all of a sudden you can't even see where. It happens all the time. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate that kind of stuff. Netflix 4 has like ridiculous camera. I don't know how anyone deals with it.
Yeah. Just turn on Lakitu cam and be done with it.
Oh no.
How is this like a Mario boss? Also, rest in peace, dude.
How is it not a Mario boss?
What? Exactly? Is this guy like use a...
Be right back.
Oh god, he's got wormholes. Yo, that's crazy. Who knew that the regular technology had advanced so far that they become robots and could use portals? Also, he got longer. What the heck? you to stop moving for half a second, sir. Please don't blow up the city. But somehow the building is completely unscathed. Something about that seems a little weird, but you know, not complaining, I guess. Pest problem. It's one thing to call it, I guess. And of course, killing the electric monster on the tower clears the rain? Makes sense. Wait. Assuming this wasn't always accessible. Or maybe I'm just blind, don't know. Can I teleport to the... Ah, I can do it now, okay. Yeah. You know, I should probably take a look at the city from here now that I have the chance. Oh yeah, like some of these streets opened up a lot. I may be able to form a better mental picture of this place now that it's not pouring. New Donk City Festival. This place is going to be interesting to explore. Cranky Avenue. Squawks Park. Oh, man.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did I miss anything special?
I killed the boss.
Yeah, so pretty typical. Welcome to controlling RVs, dude. Freaking uncontrollable. Now you understand this guy's pain.
Yeah.
My kid's so good at this. Is like, yeah, they're liars if they say they are.
I don't even know what I'm trying to do. Do I have to like...
Hand controls, dude.
I don't... Where... Am I just like epic failing right now, or is this like... Get in there, okay. I feel the spirit of remote control in you. Step right in. Hello? This song. Oh god. How are my kids so good at this?
Hey, Butter Carson. Yeah, only got a Switch fairly recently, so.
Da, 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 da. Shoutouts to Super Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm going backwards around this turn. Actually, I guess I'm just going backwards.
Robot is strong.
Huh? Nice driving. Yeah, this is pretty good driving.
Actually, after the first lap, it's pretty decent.
You say that, but
Oh,
I gotta get 22 seconds. Holy crap! Oh wait, that was lap time. Never mind. What am I saying?
yeah, your first lap was pretty bad.
No. We're not doing.
There's a
this.
leaderboard you can look at.
Leaderboard shenanigans. Screw that. Heck.
Yeah, you don't need that. That's for like the global leaderboards. I think there is a goal time. Someone can tell you what it is.
It was 35 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll get it as long as I don't like. No.
He was bad. He did the first lap.
Yeah.
And luckily, this track is pretty simple.
Yeah. Oh, is there a better time? Uh-oh. Because that wasn't like first place, dude. The trick is to not bump into stuff. Well... Yeah.
You're like, there might be a better one. Screw that.
Well, no one set a time, so what am I supposed to do, dude? I
guess.
Can't say I saw that coming.
Is that a roach?
There was a rat.
Oh, is that what that
Wait,
was?
it's called espresso. Espresso. Please. Should probably go down there.
Espresso.
Huh?
Who's Espresso?
I don't know anyone called Espresso in the DK series, but
I think there probably is one.
Let me go back down before I forget.
DKC. Espresso the ostrich.
Oh, okay, sure. We already saw Squawks, so.
Oh my god, this freaking wiki, leave the site immediately. It might be fine, but it's clearly written in the 90s because it's got a dumb thing where it replaces your cursor with like really terrible shit.
Yeah.
God, I still I was complaining to Amoeba pretty hardcore earlier that like why are websites even allowed to change your cursor?
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, like I get that in original HTML that was like those things weren't like standardized to the browsers, but like these days they are. There are like, it's like why is this even still allowed? There's plenty of things we've deprecated before. But that's stupid.
Oh, I see what the trick is here. Oh, so there was something back there that I could have gotten if I was a little more attentive. That's fine.
This area is pretty neat.
This is a cute little maze, yeah. Alright, now we're gonna climb this. Oh, actually, no, hold on. Let me go down this way first. I remember seeing coins over here, actually. Yeah. Well, I guess I ended up back up top either way, so it kind of all worked out. What? Okay. There is something in this garbage. Probably a moon. Who piled garbage on this? Wasn't me. Mount Volbono. Oh, these are like ads for some of the other worlds. Oh, it's a pot. There's a heckin' flower pot over here. Noted. Noted and remembered forever. Can't hide from me. You can, but... Ah! I don't know what that is, Slink. See another flower pot.
Supposedly rooftop gardens are like pretty common in Japan.
It's
Like
cool.
on top of like skyscrapers
Yeah.
and like I don't think that's like something that exists in the park really.
Just have pools on top of buildings.
Or just nothing.
Well, actually the most common thing is some kind of like helicopter pad or something, but...
Helicopter pad or lightning rods, things like that. Yeah. It's supposed to be generally like not for people to go to.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I think this area is supposed to be some sort of fusion of Tokyo and New York, But honestly, having been to Tokyo, it's really just New York.
Oh, that flower pot. Great. Down we go. Alright, well, while I'm already, like, down and disoriented, I guess I'll just go to the Capitol building or wherever it is. Talk to Paulina. Oh, am I gonna have to, like, gather the instrumentalist or something? Is that my next task? That is exactly what I have to do. Great. Yeah, well.
They conveniently put one of them right next to her. So that I guess you know what you're looking for. But it's kind of silly just because it's like she could have asked him. She's like right there. Yeah. So apparently one of these guys, like I think it's like the bassist or guitarist or something, that like when you pick these up, they like they have their own like made up fake language voice acting, right? And apparently like, one of the things that like one of the guys says or something like that is like this big meme. I don't really understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Pi had like an emote for like ever. If he doesn't, not if he's or if he still does, I don't know. He doesn't really do this game anymore, so. It's really random. Don't really quite get it. I think there's this crowd of people just like in there just listen to this bass line or to this drummer.
The drummer?
Drum line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be a good
The
drummer.
drummer's like a really critical part of the it's everything.
It's true.
Like, dude, this drum is awesome. Listen to it all day. I just want to die. I haven't heard of that before.
Well, rest in peace, that guy, I guess.
I have a feeling that if that is the case, that is not intended.
Yeah. Whoa, what is with this bridge, dude? It's like eternal. That's awesome. Oh, there's another one over here.
There's like a city planet going on over here.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
And you're on this like small elevated chunk.
Don't do it, Mario. Is he gonna lay down eventually?
Good view of the city, at least from here.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes. Oh.
Oh my god. A master of balance.
Yeah,
here.
dude.
Metro Planet.
No, dude, the heckin' bird.
Yeah, so a different bird flies on Mario in every kingdom, actually.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so like this area is like a pigeon or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay,
again, like Cascade, it's like a parrot or something. Because it's supposed to be like a tropical area.
mm-hmm.
That's His balance is so good that birds can just land on him and he's just still perfect.
Yeah. Well, I see two of these guys, but other one must be behind something. Oh no, there's the last one. Holy crud. There's a moon over there, there's a thing over there. Indeed. How indeed. Well, that sucks.
Until you find out that Mario is the garbage man.
Mm-hmm. The truth never spoken, dude. Where was the Oh, it's over here somewhere. Okay.
Eso he wondered.
This guy had 4 moons in him? Well, here he is. This is the bassist, I guess. He's playing something not too dissimilar from some Donkey Kong music.
So the person who's working on the Soten randomizer or whatever, like yesterday in like Rom Scout's chat or whatever, was like, you know, it's like I just spent like all day trying to figure out why this ASM code wasn't working, and now I know like MIPS is stupid and like these branch instructions are like running extra like ops, and I'm like, oh yeah, it sounds like branch delay slots, and he's like, why have I been searching the internet all day when I could just ask tester? Because apparently it uses MIPS. It's the same as OOT, even though it's a completely different, you know, console. But I guess it's like, you know, everything that Error used MIPS. Because it kind of came out around the same time.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think it was because that MIPS was able to do like the 64-bit stuff.
I mean, honestly, MIPS was kind of like the new standard for like operating system languages, or sorry, for CPU languages, just because like that's just like that kind of like was like the beginning of like the whole new pipelining architecture. Really kind of changed everything. So yeah, I'm not surprised everything was kind of using it. I mean, it had a lot of nice advantages, but sure was harder to program in. Which is why people start programming in C at that point, right? That was like when the transition from having compilers write code for you.
I'm going for neither minimum moons or the musicians in particular. I'm just gonna explore the city and find what I find. I mean, I know where the
There's- there's
musicians are
playing
now, so
naturally.
yeah, I'm just gonna explore side way.
Yeah, I mean, as mentioned, it does help to like try to like push through the states as quickly as
Yeah,
possible.
well.
But I also like this is basically how I play too. So
Yeah.
you just kind of because you're just gonna I mean the main way you're gonna find purple coins anyways.
Right. Yeah.
And gives you a better idea of how the world is structured anyways.
Can we go in, Ted? Oh. We found this. Renting Kelly Yutted. Yeah.
Well, I haven't looked at the source code of this thing, but they're almost certainly going to be using Fordville. Everything else. And like Super Metroid, it has
very little actual logic.
Yep. Yeah, like there's well, actually been do a seed, and they had an unbeatable seed in logic or whatever, like based on like the casual is unbeatable. And they're like, well, let me look in this, like, it must be a bug that showed up recently. And I was like, yeah, because they had like a list of locations, and they basically have like rules on like things that can and can't be allowed there based on other things. And so like apparently one of the locations got like deleted or something by mistake. So like we had logic. I'm just like, yeah, that's like it must have some really simple rules that if you can like define it that way, there aren't really that many. It's actually kind of crazy because like the DS Castlevania randomizers or whatever are like crazy actually. Like they have like map randomizers and stuff like that.
God dang.
Yeah.
Press here.
Excuse me.
And just one take from now. Even that's not good about.
Those will probably almost certainly be written by a different person because if you want a map randomizer, you can't write logic that simple. Because like that has a whole thing about like you need weapons to fight the bosses and stuff like that.
Dude, I
So
found
like,
the cube.
oh, there's a picture of the cube.
She's doing the research, dude.
They're doing a study or they're talking about some like
Yeah.
research they found on it. Yeah, as you find the musicians, it adds their accompaniment to the piece.
Yeah. Trumpeter was playing the Mario stuff.
It's not very obvious when the drummer's going. Because it's
Yeah.
can be pretty much for anything. But you know, you get the start getting the melody in there. Yeah.
Oh, it's like blowing the ground up. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, this is like straight up Crash Bandicoot. I don't know how familiar you are with that game.
I've seen it, yeah.
But this is like literally every Crash Bandicoot boss ever. Which I mean to say as terrible. I hate these things.
Yeah, because you can't see what's coming up.
Exactly. You can't see what's coming up and you're like trying to run, but you're also trying to like collect everything.
Oh, great, great, just great. May as well die now. I guess I'll just die.
Oh, look, a moon. There's
Yeah.
a moon over there. This definitely had a bit of like kind of
Trial and learn.
error. Yeah.
Learn and error.
Die and retry.
I guess that rhymes. I don't really know how to dodge this guy, I'll be honest. Oh my god. That may have been a mistake.
Here's even Yeah, but knowing that there's going to be objects isn't actually that helpful because you need to know like it doesn't give you enough information about like where you need to be and jump to avoid various and collect the items and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's fairly unreasonable to be able to one-shot this blind. How are we going to?
Yeah. Wrong
Like,
way.
What? Why does this keep popping up? Fuck.
The antivirus thing?
Yeah.
Eh.
Not even bugging me about the thing. It just the homepage or whatever it just popped open.
I blame that
Randomly.
wiki.
Oh my god. Please.
Bump. New Donk City with a Donkey Kong.
I don't know why it's not called New Kong City. Real question. Like that would have been more sensible.
Yeah, but that would have been less subtle. It's all about subtlety, dude.
I don't really feel it's subtle though.
No. Except that it took you too long to realize, so it must have been subtle enough.
Well, I thought Donk was referring to something else, so I was confused.
Oh.
I think the only reason I went for Donk was to get Enter the K and see it was York. Man, all that 777 practice paying off right here.
Good joke.
Getting all those hat dives in.
Yeah, well,
What
why
were they
not?
called?
Hat jumps.
Well, it's not just hat jumps. You're
It's
like
diving into a hat jump, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very purple sign. I guess this is the purple coin shop. It all makes sense now.
This reminds me of Galaxy.
Espresso Street, huh? Cranky Avenue.
I mean, there's a significant amount of tech that he still doesn't really know. So, probably wouldn't say he's mastered it. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed fairly competent with controlling your Mario.
I guess. Getting
I'd
by,
say
I can
I'd
tell you
be
that
just-
much.
Really don't really need too much. I mean, like most of Mario games. Oh, it frames wrong. Okay, like most Mario games, it's it gets harder as you go.
Yeah.
Usually, it's the challenge levels that really where it starts the difficulty starts to show. But honestly, this game always kind of like Breath of the Wild. It always felt more exploratory than. Oh my God, the super bullet bill. Flip your hat so you can jump off of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot more about just finding all the secrets than being able to actually like execute.
Bullet building. One might say that it is a pun, yes. I'm knocking this thing all over the place. There was some purple hair, okay. Let's probably don't fall this time. Did I ever go into this alley? Not sure. I don't think I actually did. Well, I'm there now, I guess. Yeah, it gets really hard to like convince yourself that you've actually like explored a lot of these areas completely when there's like so many layers to the...
And a lot of buildings look pretty similar.
Yeah.
Like running cracks and
There's
stuff.
the same problem in like Breath of the Wild. Like you climbing a mountain, it's like I don't know how much of like the mountain side I've explored. You know, like how can
Yeah.
you? It's really tough.
Like even when you're going along it, sometimes you have like trouble mapping from like what's on the map versus where you've actually been.
Right.
It's like think I've been here before, and you go there and like, or like you look at the map and says you haven't been there, but then you go there and you're like, oh no, I've totally been here. Just didn't get like that close because I saw that there was nothing here or whatever. No, I don't know. There are rewards players for exploration. I would say like especially in these past games, like I said, they're very exploration heavy, like they're kind of like open world, and open world games like really kind of like flourish when you have these like large areas that are just full of secrets and hidden things, both meaningful and not meaningful. And I don't know, both these games just have a lot of detail and things, and like a lot of just like small things.
Not gonna lie, these footballs worry me a little bit.
Who wouldn't want to play football on a rooftop?
I picked them up? No, I can only smack them. Okay.
You only pick the football.
Wait, that was Cat Mario, I think? Is that what I just saw? What the heck did I just see?
It looked like a Cat Mario, yeah. That's weird.
Oh, here we go. It's time.
Oh man.
Isn't this like a legendary minigame? And
It is pretty legendary, yeah. I've heard a number of methods for doing this. There's some pretty great ways to cheat it though.
oh, the 100 was actually a goal. Okay, well, good thing I was planning on stopping at 100. Jeez.
What a god. First try.
I didn't realize I was gonna have to do 100.
Yeah.
I just kind of was like, ah, I'll do 100. It should be easy enough. And then like a moon pops out, and I was like, holy crap.
Good thing you stopped it exactly 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
All of a
Well
sudden,
done.
I feel like there's probably another word for this one after all. Yeah. It's probably 25 seconds, so I probably was like a second off. How do I reset? Okay.
There's another sports game later
Minigame?
on. I think it gives people more trouble, to be honest, than jump rope. But
Well,
yeah,
that's
jump rope
exciting.
is pretty notorious, especially since it's pretty easy to, well, they keep patching out ways to cheat it. But like one of my favorites is that you basically like park a like moped or whatever at the jump rope.
Yeah, I
And,
hear
like,
you.
Yeah, well, there's one where you can jump with the moped, and like you can just keep jumping, and like the timing's perfect. You just keep like mashing or something like that. But there's like the best one I've seen is like you put like later on. You don't have it yet, but there's like some blocks you can move around, and you can like stick it like right in the jump rope area, and then like just sit on it, and it works. And like you can. And yeah, people just like Mario's just sleeping in the middle of the jump rope, and then like you AFK for like 24 hours or whatever, and you get the max score. It's pretty great. It's very flat 1 and 2D.
This last lap sucks. Is 25 seconds really possible, dude?
Wait till you see that leaderboard.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure the trick is that you jump off the bridge or something, like... That would be pretty typical.
I don't know if that's possible or not.
That would be very in the spirit of Mario Kart. Ah! I mean, I guess the trick is to not run into walls, as they say. Oh shoot, bad start to the third lap. Nothing. Okay. I'm not going past that. Oh, there's another pot. I have nothing to plant in them yet, except for maybe footballs.
Like grow a football tree.
Yeah.
You can't get the second lead now. Interesting. Got quite the crowd.
Oh, I'm gonna like.
AOE went 10.
Accuracy is easy.
Whoa, how did you do that? No left turn. Well, I don't think there's a right turn either.
Yeah, the whole traffic stuff here makes pretty little sense. Like, I don't even know where the cars are coming from and going to.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's a power plant, so we have to fight piranha plants. Cool. Or something like that. Holy heck.
Sign that goes against the cars.
Okay. Good job, buddy. That worked surprisingly well. Oh, you know, maybe I should be hitting these because there might be coins like inside of them or something. I guess. The way that these rotate is just like a normal person. They're at different speeds. Oh, I see.
It's just like a normal person would.
You know that meme, right?
I try to remember what it's from, but I do know of it.
Yeah. It's someone playing Super Mario 64.
Okay.
They're trying to explain
They talk about talk about the star.
the star in the wall in
the cannonless, whatever it's
yeah,
called.
cannonless. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
In Wombat's Fortress.
And there was like a whole thing about how people thought that the star was rotating, and that's why it sometimes didn't work to get the right rotation. And then, yeah, it's not true, and the rest is history. But it does involve some like sub-pixel bullshit.
That could have gone better.
Well, at least we found out that the acid kills you.
I think I knew that already, but yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to be sure. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe this area is different. Maybe it's just Jello.
Maybe you can swim in it.
Maybe it's just made of.
Yeah, well, it happened.
Yep. It's tricky. Honestly, I don't think I did this stuff at all in my playthrough until really late. I didn't even know it existed. Because the game doesn't really explicitly tell you about this like dive hat stuff. You kind of figure it on your own a little bit.
Well, I looked at the thing where it tells you literally all the controls on the pause
I
screen.
looked through the guide, but I don't think it had anything about diving into your hat. But maybe I'm just dumb. But what does happen is at a certain point there's like a racing thing that has some ghosts.
Oh,
And
yeah, and you can see him do it.
They do that tech, and you're like, that's how I learned it. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, maybe I'll learn something from that too.
Not anymore. Maybe. I mean, speedrun does like far more advanced tech than what's used.
How did
in
she
this.
beat me here? Well, I guess I did die a few times.
She just has a shortcut. You went the long way.
Yeah, I
through sewers
guess,
For some
yeah.
reason, she just went through the power plant.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, that was awesome. Holy crap. Killed it and like just this like radius of slime disappears. I wonder if that always works. I just never noticed.
Yeah,
just
they all
ground
work this way.
No, I was gonna say, can I just ground pound and like clear the?
No, it's from killing them.
Yeah, yeah.
There's the big ones and the bigger. Yeah.
Dude, the frame rate on this guy is incredible.
Yeah.
Moons! Give me moons!
This part's so depressing to me. There's like all these moons that you can't get. There's an infinite supply of moons being destroyed.
Well, here it is.
Welcome to the New Dawn
The traditional festival.
celebration of the history of our city. And now, to get things started, her honor, Mayor Pauline.
Are you gonna lights on the city, so on the building, or like EQ?
Okay, cannot jump off of those. Good to know.
Yeah. Just like the original Mario, you need, or Donkey Kong or whatever, you need
Well,
a
of course, but
hammer or whatever to break them.
just like in the original Donkey Kong, when you can run around a half pipe and go upside down.
Yeah.
Sonic
Doesn't
style.
have when you get water damage and the screen starts warping. It's that kind of effect.
song is pretty epic.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel, take a chance. Every journey starts a new romance. A new world's calling out to you.
Oh, there he is.
Turn off the path, find a new addition to the cast. You know that any captain needs a crew. Taking strides side to side,
Okay.
different points of view. Jump with me, grab coins with me.
Wow, I'm good at Donkey Kong, dude.
Come on and jump up in the air.
I am good at Mario, dude.
Jump up, 'cause you know that I'll be there. And if you find you show no joy,
I'm literally gonna die.
you're still out.
Go to the arcade and practice a bit.
So go on, straighten up your stride. Your toes begin to tap. This rhythm is a flash. Superstars. No one else can make it this far. To come through that dash. Now you got the national. Let's do the Odyssey.
Not mosh pitting hard enough, dude. The triple moon. Wait, so what you're saying is she was the boss of this level all along? Only bosses have triple moons, dude.
She has like a whole like dance routine, by the way. The one you saw when you first talked to her, she's like doing weird hopping back and forth or whatever. Is supposed to like match the like Peach animation from the original Donkey Kong.
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like she's like supposed to be like dancing the original animations, which like look weird. I was watching some of the time, I was like, why is like all, she has like all these different like dance moves. They all seem fairly normal except for like that one. It's like what's going on?
Yeah.
Here, one down.
So the real question is, can I like make this jump? Oh, not if I do that. Okay. Aha. Oh no, you can't warp if you're not standing on ground. Didn't save it. Well, how much has like changed now that
The power's on.
I've done all that stuff? Yeah.
I don't remember. I think some of these electrical wires are working out. There's some changes. I don't remember what.
We forgot it today.
Some of the posters have changed now.
I know you got Pauline again. You're gonna like do the festival again. So it's not like a missable thing.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, most things can be redone. Even the bosses at some point. There's like a way to refight all the bosses.
Okay.
I think. I think it's all of them. It might just be most of them. I don't know.
I see. Oh, there's some coins up there. I want to get those. How did I climb this originally? Oh. Well, that sucks. Oops. Dang. Where's a good warp to try that again?
I was hoping you were gonna get like one of those.
And forget about the other one?
Well, not forget, but just like making a run.
Oh, this is not upstairs. God dang it. This is wrong. There's an electric line somewhere. This isn't quite what I wanted either, but yeah, it's fine.
It's actually surprisingly annoying gold in your bats too.
Let's just say that was on purpose. Oh, I actually do have exactly one of those coins. There were 3 there, not just 2.
No, I think it was 4, I thought. And you got 2 of them.
Some number of them.
Oh,
Looks
yeah,
like
there's 3. Oh, okay.
Either way, I goofed at some point, apparently.
It was earlier though.
Yeah, it was long, long ago. It was before I even, like, met the trumpeter for the first time or whatever. Okay, there was
Yeah.
also, like, a picture on this building that I never looked
There
at.
was.
Yeah. There it is. Poochie. I didn't quite aim in the right direction there. I didn't notice there was a landing. Wait, did I go in here before? Is this store even open? Oh. Pushy penguins over here, dude.
How's he ever going against the grain?
What? Apparently I need some training, because, like, what the heck is that jump? Dude, Vine with me. It's not quite that, I guess, but I'm suddenly reminded. Heckin' Mario Party 3.
I never had a problem with that minigame. I don't know.
I just remember that was, like, another one of, me and Rossi's, like, epic showdowns.
I don't
Pretty
think
sure he
Peter
kicked
won.
my
The
butt,
other
but...
people won.
Huh?
I remember the gear one being another
Yeah,
big one.
that was pretty legendary.
Yeah. Been a while since we've done
Yeah, it's kind of too bad.
Something stopping us, really.
Yeah.
The new Mario Party actually has a line, but
I don't
you can
know.
only do mini games. You can't do boards.
Wow, that's boring.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. I never did because I didn't have the online, but I think it's like they have like daily challenges kind of thing, something like that. I don't really know, but the newer Mario Party is like definitely an improvement over the previous Mario Parties of late, but it's still not. I don't know. All the old ones are still better, honestly. They finally brought back the board, but there's some changes to the way the rules work that I don't know, make it pretty different. It's a lot shorter for starters. There's also like stars only cost 10. Stars only cost 10 coins instead of 20 coins.
It's a weird change.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all kind of arbitrary, but
just give way more coins now. So the winner gets 10 still, but like everyone else also gets coins based on the placement.
sure. Okay.
So there's just a lot more money on the ground, and since stars don't cost very much, you can pretty much just always afford a star. It's like never even a question.
Unless you're me and I say no to the stars anyway.
Yeah, and the boards aren't quite as big, and so it makes just the matches shorter in general. But it means that you can't like win the game by like crushing everyone out of the mini games like you could in another game. But there's another mode that has this like they have this cool like co-op team mode that's actually pretty good.
That's cool.
Yeah. And Mario Party like 9 or whatever had the Bowser mode though too, which was also pretty fun. Honestly, I really liked that mode. Just the problem with Mario Party 9 was just that there weren't enough maps. There's only 4 maps, and so like the levels play pretty much the same every time because they're all like linear boards instead of like circular boards.
Oh,
so
I
they're-
see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a track, and everyone's in one car, and they just like go together.
What? Once you reach the end, it's just over?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways to play. So Mario Party, it's got started in Mario Party 8 or whatever. For a few games, they had this new car method. So everyone's in one car, and you take turns rolling the dice. And so whoever's like turn it is to roll the dice is the person who gets affected by like wherever you
The
land.
panel, yeah.
You all move together, so there's no like someone's ahead or not.
Right.
And they have like a mini bosses along the way, so at a certain point there'll be like a checkpoint where there's like a mini boss fight. There's like a mini game, and you get like coins. Their coins are basically stars. So there's no, yeah, like the coin. So like you just get star bits or whatever. I don't know what to call them. Based on how well you do in mini games and
Sure.
on the bosses and whatever.
Oh, there
And
was
at the end, there's like a final boss, and then whoever gets who has the most star bits wins. I think there might be bonuses to give you a few more, but that's it. There aren't as many extreme swings because of that. You can't really have any like big turns. In the Bowser Party though, it's kind of interesting because up to 4 people play like in the car like normal, but a 5th person plays as Bowser, who's like not in the car. And there's no
They try
mini
and beat
game.
up everyone.
Yeah, so there's no mini games like normal. The goal for the Mario players is to just get to the end. And if they can get to the end, there's like a rock paper scissors-esque thing. And if they succeed in that, then they like get the star and they win, right? And there's like some mini bosses where they do some like various kinds of challenges and so on and so forth, like things that kind of like slow the players down. And the other person is Bowser, who like, so like everyone rolls, like everyone gets a turn, and then Bowser rolls, and he like rolls like a million dice and gets these huge rolls because he's basically doing everyone's turn at once kind of thing. And if he catches up to the players, then they get a Bowser minigame. And in a Bowser minigame, most of them are timed. And when the time runs out, the mini just ends. And Bowser's just trying to like deal out as much damage as possible to the players. So like the Bowser player can like, in some ways, has like ways to attack the players and they take damage. And then the players are just trying to avoid damage until the time runs out. And that's basically how they all play in various forms. And if you run out of health, then you lose your turn. And there's spaces to revive people, but like it's supposed to be kind of a disadvantage because now you're not moving as much because when your characters are dead, so Bowser's gonna catch up to you again, and then you're gonna get another mini game, and then you're gonna take more damage, right? It's kind of like the idea. The person who's dead though gets like you get free items while someone's dead.
Huh.
So you get like free like golden shrooms and stuff like that. So it kind of honestly balances out even when people are dead. But once everyone is dead, Bowser wins. That's kind of
Pretty much it, yeah.
yeah. It's actually pretty fun though. It's just like I said, there's only 4 maps, and they're not like especially long. But like a lot of them, like on the maps, there's certain places where like you have like the players have the choice between like path A and path B, and then Bowser secretly chooses like something to put on one of the paths, kind of thing. And they're like, you're trying to like mind game them into choosing the incorrect path or whatever.
Sure.
It's pretty cute, but yeah. But yeah, and like I said, it was a pretty cool kind of idea. I kind of wish that it stayed around, but it was kind of designed around the Wii U because like Bowser used the pad, so they had like their own screen. Is the idea?
The whole asymmetric gameplay thing.
Yeah, exactly. All the players. It's possible, I promise.
You might have been thinking I was trying to land on something, but I definitely wasn't. No, yeah, that looked very possible. I just needed to be on the motorcycle to begin with, you know? Yeah.
Oh, got it back here. That sucks.
That's fine. I can literally warp right back to it.
Yeah, I think it's a warp on top of the tower. Sure
Close enough.
I'm having a surprising amount of difficulty with this one.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know, just tank controls are rough.
Motorcycle seems fine for me, but...
Yeah, I'm just bad at tank controls,
Wait, motorcycle doesn't have those kind of controls, though.
Tank controls?
Motorcycle
Yeah,
controls pretty normally.
It controls... Yeah, it's basically tank controls.
Is it?
Yeah, tank controls are... You have a button to go forward, and you have a button to rotate left or rotate right.
I mean, I guess.
It's Usually you'll talk about horrible tank controls though is because the camera's fixed. So when it rotates, it's like really confusing what left and right is. While here it's not. Like the camera rotates as you rotate, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like Jaxy stuff. Same kind of deal. Like
Yeah, I don't know. The turning on the bike was smooth enough. It's like not really
Yeah,
a problem.
no, that's not really the problem. I'm just bad at this one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. There was a portrait on like one of these walls. I don't really remember where it was. I guess if I went back to the start of the level, I'd probably be able to find it pretty quickly. But I think really the only other thing that's like really jumping out at me that I haven't done yet is whatever construction worker stuff.
Where the crackers gone on?
Where was that guy anyway? Somewhere over here. Oh, here he is.
And just one take from now. Renting Kelly Yutta. Got it from there.
You're down to 5 more.
Yeah. It may very well be in here. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
I don't think so. Well, it might be. I don't know. There's actually an actual sub area. I mean, not all sub areas have purple.
Of course, but holy crap. Stop.
A decent number of coins.
Too many, dude. That's one way to call it. Seems like there may not be anything here. Guess these nerds are all still here. Oh, you can hear the music from outside. I wonder if there's any other buildings that are open that I just like haven't seen because they're newly open, or any doors or whatever. Seems possible and seems annoying. Oh, well, these exist now, I guess. Sure. How am I supposed to get to the last one, I wonder? It was like... I don't think going up this way is gonna get me there, but... It help me remember exactly which building it's on. I think it's up there or something. I haven't really figured out how much I can explore without either electricity or these like peggy things. And also no like really crazy jumps because I'm holding on to something. Maybe it was over there actually. Have I been in here? I was in here. Oh yeah, those are the notes or whatever. Oh, I guess I can wall kick with this, so that should help. Oh no. How many wall kicks could a wall kick chuck if a wall kick could chuck whatever?
How many wall kicks could a wall kick and wall kick could kick walls?
Ah, I suck, dude. Clearly not what I'm supposed to be doing right now, but you know, when was that ever a consideration? I give up. There it is. Oh, okay, that's a lot easier than I thought. Alright, cool. Alright. Cool. I planted all these now. And, that means it is time for me to go to sleep because I should have gone to bed an hour ago.
Oh yeah, it's pretty late.
Yeah, it's really late and I kind of just noticed. It's kind of a problem.
Sorry about that. I should have been better attention.
It's whatever. Wait, hold on. I'm going onto that archway. One way or another, I'm getting up there. I can teleport, I guess.
Oh man, the double dive.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't. It seems like you can only bounce off your hat once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aha! It's Cat Mario. I knew there was gonna be something over here. I felt it, dude. Oh, hadn't I been back here at some point? Probably during the initial stage. Alright. Yeah, I gotta go to bed. Ugh. Well, I think I'm like pretty done with this area for now, so that's cool. We'll go to the next one next time. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Good night.
Night.